I guess you probably heard that. Welcome everybody to Friday's Fit Forever, and let's get fit forever. All right, here we go. So have your credit card handy by. Grab your chair for the balance challenge. And let's get to it. All right. I think my head's cut off a little bit. Let me just adjust my camera while you guys hold steady. Nice job, by the way. There we go. Let's give that a try. Oh, that's much better. Okay, now we don't have a headless instructor. Okay, arms across the chest. We'll go ahead and close our eyes. I'll count you down from 20. Ready? Begin. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I won't switch. Off we go, gang. Close your eyes, please. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so for the next one, it's going to involve a little bit of strength and endurance for the calf muscles because we're going to come up into a suspended calf raise. So in other words, you're going to come up on your toes or the balls of your feet. Yeah, just like that, Susan. You're going to hold it. So, and while we do that, we're going to mess with our vestibular system by turning our head from side to side. I will tell you right out of the gate, guys, this is a tough one on all levels. So if I were you, I'd place your chair right in front of you and do the hand hover. Now, you may even want to put your fingertips on your chair, all right, to come up into your calf raise. Do whatever you have to do. If you can do the hover, go ahead and hover, and then you're going to hold that position, all right? Now, head turns slowly to the side, back to the center, and slowly to the side, and back to the center. Of course, this involves eye tracking as well. But feel those ankle and lower leg stabilizers turning on and kicking in. It's like, what the heck is going on? Good. Try switching your direction, like start from the other side. So chances are if you're right dominant, you started on the right side. So now you're going to try to start on the left. And you come up as high as you can on those tiptoes. This is a really intense endurance challenge, right, for the calf muscles. There, good. Go ahead and let it out. You'll be happy to know we'll be doing some ankle flexibility stuff at the end of class, so that'll help release those ankles. All right, so now, if you would please, grab your credit card, your business card, whatever you've got. All right, so what we're going to do, there are going to be a couple different finger dexterity challenges, or hand and finger dexterity challenges. The first one involves a motor skill, and then the second one won't, because the second one's a little more complicated. So let's just get that down pat first. So hold it. It doesn't matter what hand you hold it in, but hold it in. Is everybody right dominant? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay. Okay. So hold it in your right hand. Okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to squat down. Good. And now you're going to grab it with your thumb and your pointer finger on your left hand. Okay. Then you're going to squat down. You're going to switch. Good. Then you're going to squat down and you're going to switch, but now you're going to grab it between your thumb and your middle finger. Okay, so then keep progressing through your fingers. Grab it at the top. I always want to jump the gun and grab it when I'm in the squat. I see some of you doing that too. You want to try to grab it at the top. Okay, so you got to remember all that stuff. Okay, so then we're going to add a cognitive challenge to that. And the cognitive challenge is this. Now remember, you're on mute. So I'm going to be watching you. I won't be doing this with you. I'm going to be watching you. Trust me, I did it this morning because I wanted to test and make sure that we hit the sweet spot, right? But what I want you to do is as you grab that with your thumb and your finger, you're going to add up the sum. So your thumb counts as 1. Your pointer counts as 2. Your middle finger counts as 3. Your ring finger counts as 4. And your pinky counts as 5. All right? So you got to remember all that. You got to remember to switch hands at the top of your squat. You got to remember to grab it with a successive finger. And you've got to remember to add up the sum. All right? I'm getting close so I can see you all. Now remember, I can read lips, so I'm going to watch you. You ready? Hold it in your right hand. Get ready. Here we go. Begin. Okay, grab it at the top, remember? Yeah, you guys are doing some of you are doing what I do. You're grabbing it during the squat. I did that too. Okay, when you've gotten through all your fingers, we're going to take out the squat, okay? But it's going to become a little bit more mathematically challenging. We're going to take out the squat, so we're going to simplify the whole motor skill, but we're going to still work on that dexterity. This is where that dexterity really comes into play, okay? So you've got it in your right hand. You've got it pinched between your thumb and your pointer. All right, now grab it between your pointer and your middle finger. Grab it between your middle finger and your ring finger, and then grab it between your ring finger and your pinky. All right. Then you're going to switch hands. Okay, so left hand. Got that? I'll give you a second to practice. Go from one hand to the other. It gets easier the more times you do it. Yeah, sometimes it rolls nice and easy, doesn't it? Okay. Now here's the mathematical challenge. Remember, your fingers are numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Again, you're going to add up the sum of your fingers. For example, when it's between your thumb and your pointer, that equals 3. Right? 1 plus 2 equals 3. All right. Here we go. Are you ready? Begin. Switch hands. It's a little pattern there, right? Sharon's having internet trouble, guys. She froze and then she totally dropped off. Okay, so but fun, cool, and really great finger and hand dexterity challenge, right? Not to mention, we practiced our math. All right, guys, we're going to get started now with our cardiovascular exercise, and then we'll get into our yoga and Pilates poses, and we're just going to have a good time on this happy Friday. Fit Forever Friday. I even made sure I had the right music so that we wouldn't get kicked off YouTube when I get this up. I even found somebody to edit my videos for me. I'm really excited. They can crop out all the extraneous parts, all that good stuff, make it look a little more professional. All right, establishing the tempo. Now, Heather, you weren't here on Wednesday, but Meredith and Susan were. Sharon was as well. And we did kind of an arm pattern with our marching pattern. And then we kind of added that to a real cool kind of foot pattern. So girls, this is going to feel a lot like Wednesday. However, it's going to be completely different when we get to all of the choreography, putting it all together. All right, so let's start with a foot pattern. 1, 2, 3, tap, back. 1, 2, 3, tap, back. Good. So we're going to play with this. Kind of like we did on Wednesday. We're going to add some power moves with them. So the first one's going to be the stomp. So instead of tapping now, I want you to stomp. Boom. Shake your house. Now 2 stomps. Good, now relax. Tap. Good. All that stomping is hard, right? Okay, but it's good for you. Oh, and I have a blowout. I have an equipment malfunction. You guys keep going forward and back. I'm gonna tie my shoe. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna double. All right, I'm joining you back. And so is Sharon. She got her internet restored. Okay, so now instead of a tap, we're gonna add a slight lunge or reach. You don't have much time there, so you gotta get down and get up quick. And you should be alternating your lunge leg. Good. Now just relax, just tap. Now this time, instead of tapping, you're gonna hop on both feet, like that. So it's 1, 2, 3, hop. Good, just tap, just relax. Great. We got through all those power patterns, all those fast twitch firing moves, so that we can maintain those fast twitch fibers. Remember, those are the things that help us right ourselves if we lose our balance. We need muscle mass to fire quickly. We need that nervous impulse to be transmitted very quickly in a nanosecond. All right. First arm pattern, frontal raise. Now, you could choose to do this half time or up tempo. I'm going to leave that choice up to you. Second move, lateral raise. Again, half time or up tempo, choice is yours. Okay, third move, pull over. Now the pullover is huge, so we're going to keep this half time. Good. Frontal raise. Again. Remember, it can also be half time. Lateral raise. Right? It can be slow or fast. Again, your choice. Pull over. Good. Frontal raise. Lateral raise. Pull over. Frontal raise. Lateral raise. Pull over. And one more time. Frontal raise. Lateral raise. Pull over. I should have said one more time like this. Good. Now one of each. Frontal, lateral, pull over. Again. Frontal, lateral, pull over. Again. Good. Now you know these arms so well. I want you to really tidy them up. Make them very specific. Put a little effort or isometric into those arms. So we're increasing the resistance. One more time. Good. Back to the leg pattern. Adding a knee lift. Good. Frontal raise. Lateral raise. Pull over. Pull over again. Frontal raise. Lateral raise. Pull over. Pull over again. Frontal raise. Lateral. Pull over. One of each. Here we go. Frontal, lateral, pull over. I know some of you are saying, here we go with the coordination challenge again. Get a couple more. How about one more set? How about one more set? This will keep us even with the phrasing. Here we go. Good. Hold it here, march it out. Transition. Whole new step. Much like we did on Wednesday. We're going to tap left foot, front, side, back, together. Nice and slow. Let's just get the directions. Here we go. Front, side, back, together. Switch legs, please. Front, side, back, together. Good. March it out. Can we try that up tempo? Be front, side, back, together. Right? 5, 6, 7, 8. Front, side, back, together. And again. One more. Yeah, good. March it out. Reaction time, right? And coordination. Okay, a little bit slower now. Front, side, back, together. Waiting on the music. 6, 7, and 8. Front, side, back, together. One more like this. Then we're going to add a transition on that together part. It's going to become a triple step or a little polka that will naturally allow you to change lead legs. Lovely. And a 1, 2, 3. Hops are optional. You can keep it low, right? And 1, 2, 3. Good. March it out. I'm going to give you a verbal preview of what we're going to do next because we're going to mash up everything that we've done together, everything that we've done so far. So we're going to start forward and back with our arm pattern. We're going to repeat that twice. Then front, side, back, triple step, front, side, back, triple step. That was a lot of instruction. I hope you got some. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and repeat. Good. Now front side back. Triple. Forward and back. Repeat that, please. You're doing great. Front side back. Good. 2 more times, just like that. I want you to really get comfortable with this. Front side back. One more time, all the way through, from the top. Good, we're gonna march it out. Good, I'm gonna give you a verbal preview of what we're going to do next. So we're gonna cut that in half. When we do, you'll be going forward and back with the arm pattern 1 time only. Only 1, front, side, back, triple step. That's gonna put you moving forward with your right lead. Here we go. Up we go. Now remember, front side back. From the top, right lead. Front side back triple. Left lead from the top. And you are getting the hang of it. I want you to just use this now, that you're comfortable with it, that you know the pattern. Good, crisp up those arms, create that little internal resistance. And again. You look good. You must feel good. We're gonna do a couple more. Front side back, triple step. March it out. Just be on your left lead. Nice. Alternating knees, left and right. Option, adding a pull down or a lat pull down. Now a little speed play or a rhythm play. We're going to do single, single, double. Okay, here we go. Go. Single, single, double. Single, single, double. Repeat. Now, if the arms become too challenging, you could bring them down to heart level. Or if that bothers your shoulders, you could even do a press down. Okay, options for you. So I'm going to go back to that lat pull now. And you join me in whatever option you choose. Feel that heart rate come up. Good, let's march it out. So, we're gonna add that on to our pattern. So forward and back, 1 time, front side back tap triple step, 1 time, you'll be on your right lead knee, single, single, double, and then repeat, single, single, double, putting you back on that left leg, sorry, on your right leg, my left, your right. Waiting on the music. 5, 6, 7, here we go. So 1 time only, front side back triple, single, single, double, single, single, double. That is your left lead, isn't it? Front, side, back. Triple. Single, single, double. Single, single, double. Forward and back. We're going to do it one more time like that. And then we're going to take out one of those knee patterns. So single, single, double. Single, single, double. Okay, now forward and back. Front, side, back, triple. One only. Single, single, double. Right lead, front. Lateral, pull down. Front, side, back. I should have said forward. One knee, single, single, double. You're back on your left lead from the top. Front, side, back. Single, single, double. Here we go, from the top. Look at all the steps you're learning, all the directional changes, all the rhythm changes. It's all coming together. I just want you to use this now. Feel good about it. Just keep moving. From the top, right lead. Single, single, double. We've got one more time to go through the whole thing from the top. Left lead. And right lead. Single, single, double. March it out. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna have you march out wide, 8 counts. Narrow, 8 counts. Wide, 4 counts. Narrow, 4 counts. Wide, 2. 2 more like this. Tap and change. March out right, 8 counts. Sumo style. 4 counts. 2 counts. Tap and change. 4 V steps. Forward and back now. Bring it forward and back. Tap and change. 4 V steps. Beautiful. 2 V steps. This will get you used to that lead change. Beautiful. You could add arms with that if you wanted to add a complementary arm. Or you could do a bicep curl. Just don't forget, you're doing 2 of each. One more time. March it out. Okay. We are ready to add that on to our pattern. So there'll be the 4th component, guys. The 4th pattern to add on. We've been building and building and building and building, and now we have our entire choreographed pattern. We're going to put it all together and execute it. I'm waiting on the music. March it out, relax. Rehearse it in your head. From the top. Here we go. Front, side, back. That's the arms, right? Now it's front, side, back. Good. Single, 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 double. V step, 2. From the top, forward. Front, side, back. There's that triple step. Put you on your left lead, single, single, double. V step. From the top, forward and back. Front, side back. Here comes that triple. Single, single, double. 2 V's. Again, arms are optional. Whatever you choose, front to back. Front side back. Single, single, double. 2 V's. From the top. I want you to just use this now. You look good. Can you remember it all? Right lead from the top. V-step. One more time, all the way through, left and right lead. Here we go. March it out. Great job. Notice I gradually took away the cueing, distracted you with my own verbiage. Okay, guys, you're going to want to grab some water, your mats. We're going to be doing some mobility, some yoga, some Pilates. It's all good. I'm going to show you modifications. We're going to get limber, strong, build our core, have fun, most importantly. But first, water, and I'm going to just turn this down. Matter of fact, if I can find the playlist I want, I'd like to change it up. And I had it. This is it. Okay. All right, so grab some water, please. Grab your mats. Let me get my stuff together, and I'll join you here in 30 seconds. Because I'm going to walk my own talk here. Was listening to a fascinating webinar this morning, just before class, on earthing, the concept of earthing, which is really basically just running around barefoot on nature's surfaces so that you can become grounded, based upon the theory that all cellular process works kind of in an environment of electricity, if you will, positive and negatively charged ions. So basically, we're a heaping bunch of electrical ions moving in and out. And that controls the fluid influx in and out of the cells. And apparently walking around barefoot on even your yoga mat, a textured mat, or grass or gravel or even concrete will help you ground yourself and ground your electrical charge. They also said the closer you are to the earth, the better in your home. So if you live on one floor, that's great. If you're in the 20th story of a high rise, it's not so good. A lot more loose electricity up there, I guess. That's how I understood it. All right, so we're going to start with a lunge position. I promised you we're going to do some ankle mobility, and that's just what this is. I'm going to be profiled to the camera so that you can see what's going on. So I'm going to step forward and back with my all 10 toes facing forward. So I'm going to take a nice wide step back until I feel a bit of a stretch in that back calf. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to intensify that stretch
I'm going to lunge forward. Now, it's okay if your knee goes over your toe, because what we're trying to do is increase the dorsiflexion, or in other words, decrease the space between the shin and the top of your foot. So we're going to try to decrease that space on that front leg. So you're going to lunge forward like so. Now, it's okay if your back heel comes up off the floor. That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry. We'll plant it back down when we settle back to our neutral position. All right. Your hands can be on your chair. If there's a balance issue with this, you can have your chair right beside you so that you could use your chair for balance, or even right in front of you. All right, because you're really not going to be moving that far forward. All right, so here we go. We're going to lunge forward, challenging, again, that dorsiflexion. You want to keep all 3 points of that front foot on the floor. Again, it's okay if your back heel comes up, and then come back. We're going to repeat that. So again, we're going to lunge forward, flexing forward. And of course, yes, it's a lunge. It takes a lot of strength in those quads, right? And glutes and hamstrings are stretching, and here they're contracting. Actually, here the hamstrings are contracting, and here the glutes are contracting. There we go. Glutes and quads contracting right here on that extension, and we'll reach again, working on that dorsiflexion. You'll notice you'll be able to get a little further down as you build that mobility, and as that tissue gets more supple, more hydrated. The fascia becomes more hydrated. It glides more freely. There's not so much friction. It's not quite as sticky. There. Okay. So we're just going to switch to the other side. I'm just going to turn around. And again, you may not be able to go too deep into it initially. That's okay. Just put your mind in your muscle and your joint, or shall I say joints. And by the way, if this causes any discomfort in your knee, just don't lunge so far. All right, there are other ways that we can improve ankle dexterity without bothering our knee. But if you have arthritis in your knee, this might be a little bothersome. So I'm just saying. I don't, and this does not bother my knee, so I'm just going to go ahead with this loaded weight-bearing closed chain mobility exercise for my ankle. Good, we're going to do a couple more. Again, trying to keep that front heel down, trying to keep everything down on that front foot. So that whole entire foot tripod. Great. Good. Then you can just release it if it feels tight. It probably feels warm at this point. Okay, so now we're going to work on some thoracic mobility, so kind of around your rib cage, and also shoulder mobility, okay? Because some of you have expressed interest or perhaps an issue with these sorts of things. So we're going to go down onto our mat. We're going to be on our hands and knees. If it bothers you to be on your knees on your mat, you might want to try rolling up your mat like that. Mine is now triple folded, and it provides me a nice cushion for my knees. That may be of benefit to you. Okay. So we're in this quadruped position now. I'm going to lift my camera arm out to the side, and now I'm going to place my hand right directly behind my head. Now I'm going to be careful that I don't sink my head down. I'm just going to try to keep my head in alignment with the rest of my spine, so I'm not looking up and I'm not looking down. I'm just kind of looking ahead of my mat, if you will. I know you're turned to your monitor, but in a moment you won't be. All right, so your hand is behind your head. Your elbow is pointed out to the side. Your bottom hand is right under your shoulder, and your knees are right underneath your hips. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to take a nice deep breath in. We're going to let it out, and as we let it out, we're going to slowly rotate up, pointing our elbow up toward the ceiling. Now, you're going to try to keep your weight balanced across your knees and across your hand. You're going to look up at the ceiling. Feel that stretch in your pecs, and bring it back down. Good, we're going to repeat that again. Rotating up, trying to think about rotating at the rib cage, looking up toward the ceiling. I know this is going to be very difficult for some of you. You are not going to be able to get much of a range of motion, especially if you're tight through the anterior shoulder or the pecs. All right, or if you've ever had a anterior shoulder injury, this may be difficult for you. Good. Even a broken rib would make this difficult, right? Because you may have scar tissue around that rib cage, but just do what you can. Just working on that mobility. Good. We're going to do one more. That'll give me the magic number 5. Great. Okay. Now, obviously, we're going to switch sides. So I'm going to turn around so that my camera side is my working side. And we're going to repeat that. So I'm going to start out. I'm going to make sure my knees are under my hips. My hands are underneath my shoulders. Arm out to the side. Hand comes behind the head. I'm just going to look down toward my mat here. Not directly down at my hand, but a little bit beyond it. I'm going to look up, rotating up, trying to keep my weight balanced across my knees. You may feel a little bit more shift into that, the leg on the side that you're rotating toward. That's fine. You just don't want to like take your weight off your back leg or anything like that. Great. Good. We're going to do 3 more for a total of 5 or 6. There's no magic number here. We're just trying to limber up through that thorax. Because of our daily jobs and the fact that we have to do so much forward work, whether it's driving, cooking, or scrolling, whatever it is that we do, or scribing if you do computer work. So it's super important to keep this thoracic area limber. It becomes really kind of stiff and stuck, especially if we have that forward head and kind of hunched upper middle back posture. All right, so that's called the sprinkler. So that's our thoracic mobility limberer. And now I'm just going to position myself on my side, and we're going to work on the shoulder dexterity. So I'm going to lie on my side. I'm going to stack my heels, my ankles, my feet, whatever, your knees, your hips. I'm going to bring my bottom arm forward. So now, if I have trouble holding my head up in this position, I can move down, roll up my mat, and use that as a bolster or pillow for my head. An option for you. A yoga block would also work. Even your sneaker would work. If you've got the strength, go ahead though and just hover or levitate your head up off your mat. From here, I'm going to bring the palms of my hands together so my top arm is now perpendicular to my body, as is my bottom arm. All right, now I'm going to draw the bow. So I'm going to pull my elbow back. As I bring my elbow back, I'm going to allow my upper body to rest back. My head rests back. I'm going to try to bring my upper arm down onto the floor behind me. It's okay if you can't do that. Don't worry about it. Just go to where you can. Please don't hurt yourself. Just put your mind into your muscle. Listen to the cues that your body's giving you. Your muscles and your joints are all telling you where you can go and how far you can go. So you just need to listen. And then we're going to bring it back. We're going to restack, okay? Just levitate your head for a moment. You will get a chance to relax it momentarily. And then again, exhale, draw the bow back, rest the upper arm on the floor behind you. Now, can you keep your knees pressed down into the floor? And can you keep your knees together? You'll feel the stretch throughout the lateral portion of your hip. By the way, this is also a thoracic opener. And let's do one more for an lucky odd number of 3. Here we go. Nice big deep breath in as you reconnect those palms, and then exhale as you rotate. All right, and I'm going to switch over to the other side. I'm just going to swivel around. You guys can just roll over if you like. Stacking my palms, levitating my head, stacking my knees, my ankles, my feet. Nice deep breath in as I connect, and then exhale, draw the bow. Trying to bring my upper arm to the floor behind me. My front arm stays on the floor. Hopefully that shoulder stays down. Hopefully the legs stay down. You might find one side easier than the other. That is perfectly normal. Big deep breath as I come forward again, and then exhale. You guys take your time. Go at your own pace. Listen to your body. And just respect what it's telling you to do. Your body's very honest. Go ahead and stack your hands one more time. And let's draw the bow for that third lucky charm. Now, if you want to increase this, you could go ahead and extend that arm out. So your bow is drawn, and now you just unfold at the elbow. You can rotate your head in that direction as well. Then just fold your arm back to your bow position, and then stack your hands. All right, so from here, I'm going to have you roll forward onto your mat, gang. Roll forward. Place your elbows and your forearms along beside you. Point your toes if you can, shoelaces to the floor. Just look down at your mat. Kind of gaze through it, if you will. And now, if you would, please, just put a little pressure, about 30% of your strength, into your hands and your forearms, pushing them down into your mat. And then slowly exhale as you point your toes harder and further away from you and lengthen up through the crown of the head. You want to be careful here that you're not elevating or lifting your shoulders. We want to keep those down, so you're going to have a little bit of retraction back there. You're going to feel a strong gluteal and lower back connection here. And then we're going to inhale at the top, we're going to exhale, and we're slowly going to lower down. We're going to repeat this 2 more times. Modified cobra. Inhale. And then as you exhale, put about 30% of your strength into your arms. You can feel your palms, your forearms, elbows pushing down into your mat, drawing the abdominals in, lifting the sternum, lengthening your legs away from you, actively pointing your toes as if you were being pulled in 2 directions. Energy up through the crown of the head. Inhale, exhale, release. We're going to repeat that 1 more time. Nice deep diaphragmatic breaths of breath. Inhale. Not only deeply, but sideways and front to back in 3 dimensions. As we improve the mobility of our spine, lengthening that front line, and inhale and come back. So from here, we're going to come up onto all 4s again. So please push yourself up to your hands and knees. Line your hands up right underneath your shoulders. Line your knees up right underneath your hips. And now dig all 10 toes into your sticky mat as if you're trying to touch the balls of your feet on the mat. Now get ready, because we are going to hover. We're going to levitate. We're going to lift our knees up off our mat, all right? I know it's hard to conceptualize, but we're going to do that. We're going to lift our knees up off the mat. So let me tell you how we're going to do that. We're going to press those toes deep into the mat. We're going to slightly retract the shoulder girdle. This will prevent us from hunching up our shoulders. We do not want to do that. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, and then we're going to exhale, and we're just going to pick those knees up about 2 to 3 inches up off the floor. You're trying not to sway, tip, rock, just keeping that nice neutral posture. Feel those abdominal muscles light up. Feel the glutes and hamstrings light up, and then slowly lower down. Now, if your wrist needs a break at this point, you can just slowly sit back into a child's pose and give them a break, or a playful puppy pose and give them a break. Playful puppy is just an elevated child's pose that reduces the knee flexion. All right, we're going to try that again. So we're going to press the palms into the mat right underneath the shoulders. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. in all 3 dimensions. We're going to exhale, and we're going to lift those knees. We're going to hover them 2 to 3 inches up off the floor as we keep our spine in neutral, not allowing any shift through the pelvis. And exhale and down. And again, you can take some pressure off if you need to do that. That's fine. You could bend your wrists the other way without any pressure on them, things like that. Whatever you need to do, pick them up, rotate them, whatever you need to do to give your wrists and elbows a break. We're going to repeat that one more time, and I want you to think, imagine somebody's coming up through your floor, they're going to punch you in the gut. So you're going to brace. Here we go. Take a nice deep breath and brace. Now lift your knees. Feel how much easier that is when you've contracted your abdominal muscles consciously, just in case they didn't turn on all by themselves. Now from here, can you straighten your legs and push yourself into downward dog? Okay, so the heels are pressing toward your mat. Your head is framed with your upper arms right by your ears. Your abdominals pull up, the buttocks push up toward the ceiling. Feel that incredible lengthening through that posterior chain. Go ahead and bend your knees. Bring yourselves back down to quadruped position and flip over onto your bottom. So we're sitting tall, right up on the sits bones. Okay, and this will be our last pose for today. So I'm going to walk my feet in toward my buttocks. I've got my hands right on my shins for a little leverage, helping me to sit up nice and tall. Right now, I'm right on my sitting bones. But I'm going to go ahead and lean back so I'm on that fleshy, muscular portion just behind my sits bones. In other words, I'm on my glutes. I'm going to pick up my feet here. Now, you can stay here if you like, or you can try and let go. This is a modified boat pose. You could also try to extend your legs and hold. This is your full boat pose. So be sure the shoulders don't come up. Stay tight through the core and just hang on to it. You'll feel your abs shake. Come out of it whenever you need to by bending your knees and slowly lowering your feet and then sitting up nice and tall, even taller than you were before when you started. When you're ready, we'll give it one more go, gang. You can do whatever rendition you are able to do and hold. We'll hold it for a couple breath cycles. So nice deep breath in to imprint. Beautiful neutral spine, rock back of the sits bones, elevate, extend, and hold. Deep diaphragmatic breaths. Bend your knees, lower your feet, and that's a wrap for today, gang. I hope you enjoyed your mobility and your strength poses, your core work, and I'll look forward to seeing you Wednesday. Thank you. I'm going to just stop the record now.